Howdy, YouTube. Hi, Diego. How's my little buddy doing today? Come on, let's go cook something up with Grandpa. Alright, for our halibut sauce, we're doing a little bit of lemon, honey. We made a little juice. We had about a tablespoon of water, about 1/8 of a cup of honey, and 1/3 of a lemon, the juice of 1/3 of a lemon, or about 1.5 tablespoons. And we're going to use that as our glaze for our halibut that we're grilling up tonight. We're going to try and get a 30 to 40 minute low grill cook time so we can get some smoke into it. Halibut's very delicate, so you really don't need more than 30 minutes of smoking time, if my memory serves correctly. I can smell the lemon. It smells good. Alright, the coals are a little better done than I usually get them. That's because I don't want them heating up as they're in there. I want them at their peak heat. They're almost there, so they're about ready to dump into the grill. And that's about it for the halibut. We're grilling up some halibut. It went up $4 a pound this year. It's a 30% increase in costs. I'm not sure why that would be, but I hope the fishermen got paid 30% more for their catch than they did last year. Or at least 20% more. Alright, this is not the world's best cut of halibut, but it's pretty good. It's really hard to find that thick of a cut in Olympia, for me. And it does taper off at the end a little bit here, but it's not a thin cut where it gets fat and it's thin and they fold it under to make it look like one solid fat piece. So this is probably closer to the belly or the base of the fin, depending on how big the halibut was. I really don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know shit about halibut. Anyways, we'll edit that out. There's our lemon honey glaze. We're gonna put on that, and in 3 more minutes we're gonna put this baby on the grill. Halibut, it's what's for dinner. I came out to grill some halibut, and we have a flare-up on the grill down there. I thought I had left it open and cooked all the grease off from the ribs last night, but I hadn't got it all. So when I started grilling tonight, I had to wait. So I tossed the fish back in the freezer for a few minutes. I have my water pan. This is just a cast iron. I believe that's a 14-ounce cast iron pot. And we're just letting it heat up while we're letting the grease from the pork ribs last night burn out the bottom. That'll be done in another minute or two, and then we will be on the queue. Yeah, it's just one of those things that happens once in a while. I left the lid off last night and spread the coals around, thinking that would take care of burning the grease off the bottom, but it didn't work. Should have checked it and made sure it was working. Anyways, a couple minutes delay. No big deal. I'm not at a restaurant. I'll just enjoy the view while I wait. Alright, I reserved some for in case Angie wants some of the sauce after the barbecue cooking process. And I'm just going to liberally coat this with the honey lemon water. And I did, and I'll probably apply some while cooking, or at the end of the cooking process. I did flip it over and spray it with a bit of Pam. There was no skin on the bottom of this piece, which is unfortunate. I really prefer it with skin, but well, you just go with what you got to work with, and we're just gonna do a nice little bit of oil to keep it from sticking and burning too bad, hopefully. Which is why they probably use cedar planks sometimes. Anyways, here we go. We're taking her out to the grill now, and we're gonna smoke it. Not sure when that camera shut off, but there it is on the grill with the tomato and the water, and some apple pellets. I've closed the holes completely because we don't need to stoke the fire up, and that should retain the heat in there for our cooking experience. And I moved the cart behind the queue to try and cut down on some of the wind. And the wind chimes you often hear in the background. Alright, I just basted it, painted it, and I'm gonna stir those coals up a little bit and put some more apple pellets on there. Looks like the coals are dying down, which is okay. We just need to make sure the fish gets done, and we're about 10 to 15 minutes out for that to happen. Otherwise, I can just spin it over onto the hot over the coals, and that'll cook it quicker. Alright, I've actually started another partial charcoal chimney. I wasn't sure about my heat, if it was going to hold out. I had that grease fire and I had to wait, so my briquettes burned down. Alright, it's been another 10 minutes, and it looks like the tomatoes starting to get there. I'm going to turn that around. And oh, look at that. That's that might be done. Look at that. If that breaks, nope. See how it stops separating right there at that depth? It's about 30% done. And I'm not sure about the heat. I'm saying we probably lost a bit of heat, so we'll give it another 10 minutes. If it's not done, that charcoal chimney will be hot. If it is done, I'll use it to burn the grease off the bottom. So let's get to the basting process, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Still not. Oh, that's about done. That's about done. I'm going to try to flip it around the other side and get it closer to this heat and do it for maybe 5 minutes. Tomatoes done. Alright, scratch that last comment. I put the charcoal chimney coals on. We're going to leave it like that. We're going to heat it up for about 5 minutes with the vents wide open. And that should finish the cooking process. Almost done. I'm just going to set a foil on top of the plate. When it's off, taking it off the barbecue, I'm going to set it on here, and I'm going to fold it over really quick because it's cooked so low. I don't want it to lose any more heat than needed, than possible. Here's our halibut steak. And it flakes all the way through, so it's just barely done. Well, I got the cookedness done right, but the outside is just a little bit smokier than I like. So I'm going to have to play around with the smoke on a kettle grill more. Nice and tender, juicy, succulent. Give me some lemon on that and enjoy. I forgot the lemon honey sauce. There we go. And Angie's probably going to dip it.
That's good.
Thank you for watching. See you later, YouTube. Bye, Diego. Alright, credits have rolled. People who are watching this are usually watching my videos, so the lesson learned for today was when I first turned the vents on the Weber completely off, that was something I probably shouldn't have done. The outside of the halibut was really smoky flavored, but this inner side, once I got past that, is very delicate and enjoyable. So I'm thinking on a kettle barbecue, you don't want to ever close the vents down. Like on an offset, it wouldn't have been a problem. So it's a lessons learned. You gotta pay attention to how much smoke you're putting on your fish when it's such a delicate fish. And you probably don't want to try and use the lid vent as your heat control like you can in an offset. Oh yeah, and tomatoes, nah, not a good thing to smoke. They're too delicate of flavor. So when you bite into it, you just taste the smoke and no tomato or anything else. So I would say skip smoking tomatoes. Maybe sun-dried or something. But lessons learned. And we'll be able to enjoy a nice steak. Halibuts, that is. Now why do I like halibut? It's the least flavorful fish I ran across. Its meat, if just barely cooked all the way through, is tender but firm and juicy. It's succulent. And for me, that's what I'm looking for in a fish. Something that doesn't taste a lot like a fish. So I don't need a lot of sauce. And I would never bread it and deep fat fry it. That is just the worst way you could have a halibut. So that's why I like halibut. Alright, just to show you here, these are cut, grooved, and just go like this, and you bolt them to the board, what are those, 2x2s? And then you put screws in to hold that together. And it's that simple. Should be easy enough to reverse engineer and build on your own if you have the that ability. It's about where it's going to go. It'll probably come this way a little more. Like I said, I have to level it out here so that it's pretty level. You see how that wiggles over there? That'll cause it to break, so I'll figure that out and we'll have a bridge that Angie can walk on. I weigh more than it's stated that it can hold, so I won't be walking on it. But it's a nice addition to the pond that hopefully we'll finish off this year. We're finishing off this pond that we added last year. It looks like the ecosystem's working. And then, oh look, the fishies are getting hungry. Coming up for food. No food now.